There we go. Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily. This is gonna be the last daily ever. Because 6 people in the chat, nobody here. 4 people right now. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really interested in doing the Bitcoin Daily. And there is nobody here. But it's my problem. It's my, it's my, how do you say it? I wasn't consistent over the years, so everything comes to an end. So this is the last Bitcoin Daily, and there is that. But I do appreciate the 4 guys that are here watching right now. So there is that. You're gonna get something, so that's good. There will be videos, just not Bitcoin Daily. I think I just realized like I need to stop this Bitcoin Daily crap altogether because reasons. Anyways, Bitcoin did not hit 120k, guys. Unfortunately, didn't. Yesterday we said that there is a good chance it might over here go towards upside, but it didn't. And this channel up here looks like it's not this channel, it's more like this channel over here right now, give or take. This looks like it might actually drop down a little bit over here. So there is that. So we're gonna see a little bit over here whether it does that or not. But before we do that, I want to talk quickly about Pump.fun, because yesterday was IPO or something on Pump.fun, and it was selling for 0.04, and they got sold out in 12 minutes. And after that, the trading started going very, very nicely inside this channel. It broke down a little bit, went up, had a big wick towards downside, picked up everything up here, and it went above the channel up here. Unfortunately, over here, when it came outside of the channel up here, it had an extortion pattern towards upside, and right now it's back inside the channel, which gets me to think that this thing over here right now has a very good chance to drop towards downside. So there is that. Now the important thing to notice is that everybody who bought at 0.04 down here, this was the IPO price, they cannot sell just yet because this spot trading is starting, I think, tomorrow on Monday, and if that is the case, that means that this big wick towards downside was not a fear dump. It was just a liquidity grab from the people trading the perp over here in this part over here. So it went down, picked up whatever there was to pick up here, went above the channel up here, and this move up here was not actually that big. It was only 50% move. But if you take some kind of average over here around 40%, anybody who bought here could actually sell for 40% up here. If you take average up here like 30% on average, people buying here and selling up here at the top, trading this at around 30%. Now there was a lot of interest in Pump.fun yesterday, but I'm unsure how much interest there is gonna be in future. Also, I do not know what the coin does. Does the token have any utility? Why are people buying the token? Is just because it's called Pump.fun. If it's some kind of meme coin or something like that, there is a very good chance this can actually drop down. Both by looking at the chart and by thinking like, okay, there is no utility. Maybe there is utility. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of governance token. I don't know what the Pump.fun does, but there is that. That said, the chart looks actually a little bit bad. The problem with the chart right now is that it went out of the channel and it failed to pump. And I always say, when you have something that's happening that's bullish and that fails to continue, that's always a bad sign. You can see up here it went nicely above the channel, right side inside the channel, and I think right now it might even start going towards the downside over here. Now my theory is that whoever is trying to manipulate the price and push the price down, because that's how it goes, I think they're gonna try to push it below 0.04. If the token has any kind of utility or whatever, I don't know, and they want the spot buys from the token for whatever reason, they're gonna try to push the price below 0.04. And the reason for that is, I think, is because they want to create capitulation and mass fear. And if they can manage to do that, they can load up on a lot more, of the Pump.fun token than they could buy during the IPO. That said, if they can push the price over here down, right now that would be something like 40-50% drop. Well, over here is like 30% drop over here. If they can do that, it will create a lot of fear once we start going over here below this zone down here. And by looking at the chart, it does seem to me that there is, it could happen. And the only way this can actually play out good for Pump.fun is if it manages to get out of the channel. But as long as it's inside this channel, the longer it fails to get back outside of the channel, the longer this actually persists, the bigger the chance is gonna drop down very, very low. That said, I think if you start dropping below these major levels down here at the bottom, 0.047, there's a good chance they're gonna just try to push it even further down below 0.04. Rotten Cheese, long time no see. Yeah, man, how you doing? Pump is scam, not fun. But it might be worth buying. Will you buy? It's too late to buy. They had IPO yesterday, and I was thinking of buying it because, you know, Pump.fun is always in the newspapers about something. You know, so it's from some kind of you know, investment perspective, it is kind of, you know, smart. You know, try to, you know, trade the excitement. Unfortunately, I think the excitement is already done right now, and we're gonna see how this plays out during the day. This is 1 hourly chart, so, you know, we have until you know, Sunday, Monday over here. I don't know when it's gonna start trading. It says on Monday, so, you know, somewhere over here. This one is trading is gonna spot trading is gonna start. So we have this part over here before we start trading on Monday. So are they gonna try to push it low down here and then, you know, dump it on the start? I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna play out. But it, you know, for people trading and for people, you know, speculating, this is, you know, very, very nice play right now, because Pump.fun is in fact very popular name in the space, and we'll see how this plays out. But I think right now, as long as it keeps the most important, as long as it keeps in the channel over here, there is a very, very good chance to dump down and even go all the way down to 0.04, just to pick up the liquidity down there, just to pick up the liquidity, to get rid of the weak hands. I also was looking at the chart yesterday and was looking at how much, you know, to get 10x, you know, it needs to go to 0.04 and stuff like that. These are some other targets that are also very important for the chart. But most importantly is that right now this channel up here that's been playing out very, very nicely. And I think if this channel up here right now, if it fails to break back outside the channel, there is a very good chance to go down. So I thought I should mention that. There is that. The liquidity is going into Bitcoin, Ethereum, treasury stocks, less so in altcoins. That's the only reason alts haven't pumped. Alts will pump. It's just a matter of time. But Bitcoin didn't do 120k. Unfortunately, it didn't do 120k. And I'm thinking right now it might even pull back over here right now, because yesterday it was looking good all the way up here, and then pulled back and started climbing up here. I had this channel over here before. And this channel is actually a bullish channel, right? And you can see up here, it's inside the channel. But unfortunately, now that we have this bottom down here already created, it's very, very nice bottom. You can see, you know, this actually is bad channel because this exhaustion pattern, right? So when stuff goes up, it's exhausting. When stuff goes down, it's a bull flag, right? So this is a bull flag, this is exhaustion flag. You don't want to see this because this is bearish, this is bullish, and this over here when it's going towards the upside is actually a little bit bearish. So right now, if this is actually true, and since it's you know, it's failing to pump right now, and, you know, the euphoria is a little bit, you know, gone down after we went from 110 all the way 117, you know, there might be a little bit pullback up here and like that. That said, if you go to the daily time frame up here, we did break the all-time high up here, pretty much very, very hard. So this is a good. This is very, very good. This confirmed breakout on the daily time frame. Not only that, you stayed up there. On the weekly time frame, it's closing in 15 hours. There's a very, very high chance we're gonna break this towards upside. Now, it is very, very important, and the weekly resistance level is at 108. The only way this can be very, very bad is if next week we do a big move right back down here again. Now, this would be extremely bad, right? So if next week we go from 170 back below 105 or something like that, that is really extremely bad. We don't want that. We don't want that. But as long as we keep up here, whatever up here, you know, it really doesn't matter. As long as we keep up here for the next week, I think we are good to go even higher towards upside after that. So that is that. Ethereum also, right, you can see Ethereum also broke towards upside up here. Too many lines, maybe just clean up some lines. Not in this chart. This chart, not in this chart. Which chart is going to use? We use this chart. And let's remove this. Ethereum also broke towards upside on a weekly time frame, which actually looks very, very good. You can see up here there was this. Let me just see down here. Yeah, you can see down here there was this spring on the bottom side, and right now it's climbing back up there again, which is actually very, very good. And if you look at the channel on over here, too many lines again. I need to keep my charts clean, which I'm not doing. So we're gonna do it a little bit slower, but we're gonna do it like this over here. There we go. So you can see up here again our famous triangle. We're gonna remove this for a second over here. Our famous triangle up here, you can see up here we went down into the fear and capitulation, right back inside that spring, right back up there again. It's definitely going to 3.6, at least the way I see it up here, if this can actually stay up here. Again, the only way this can also be, you know, play out badly is if this next week goes right back down again. So you get this bearish engulfing candle, red candle, back down there again. That's the only way this can be bad. But right now it does look very, very good, so there is no problem in paradise. Ethereum, Bitcoin right now, it kind of looks like it's breaking up here towards the upside over here a little bit. But I think eventually Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. It's only a matter of time. I think it might be when... I think the matter of time might be when Ethereum gets out over here, that Ethereum Bitcoin will actually play out, but you know, who knows? We got a little bit more time towards upside. Butin! Oh my god, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. So there is that. Bitcoin dominance still lingering down here at the bottom over here. Still lingering down here at the bottom. Unsure what's gonna do. Like we said over here, it does look like it's kind of breaking, right? Over here there are actually two lines. You can draw the line like this over here, or you can start drawing lines like this. Like this is the first trend, this is broken. If this is broken, then the next line goes over here somewhere, right? And so forth, so forth. It looks like it's curving, but I'm not saying anything yet, because I do believe that if Bitcoin for whatever reason just goes from 120 to 160, this can actually pump, you know, have another pump towards the upside. That said, regardless, you know, 70% over here, 65% over here, inside this area, you know, eventually it goes down. Eventually it goes down, guys. Eventually it goes down. We are very, very close to the top. If you are, maybe this is the top, maybe we are very, very close, but you know, we are coming there. Now, when that happens, you know what's gonna happen all season. So when this goes down, regardless when this goes down, and Ethereum breaks up here, it's pretty much all season, right? We do know that. It is kind of confirmed, because when Ethereum gets out of here, it's gonna just go crazy, and when the dominance is gonna start dropping, so these two things are gonna, you know, correlate very nicely. You'll also see this total 3 market cap of everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum exploding big time towards upside, maybe up here towards top, even up here, you know, just goes crazy. So there will be a couple of things that happen at the same time. Unfortunately, alt season is not in the room with us just yet. I'm doing well, mate. Patience was tested at max, and suddenly, without news, Bitcoin pumps. It's OT, and the normies look for news stories to validate it. Exactly. Nothing happens, and suddenly Bitcoin pumps. Like nothing. Literally nothing. What percentage of Gitcoin should I sell before next bear market? Bitcoin should I sell before next bear? What percentage? If you are like a Michael seller, you sell 0. If you are like somebody else, you sell everything. And if you are somebody else, you know, you might sell something to buy a house and a yacht, and you know, keep something in, you know, for the World War III, and then you know, maybe you switch something to something else. You know, it's up to you what you wanna do, man. Just know, if you can hodl through the bear markets, and bear markets don't last too long, they last for, you know, 1-2 years. They go very, very fast towards the downside, right? So when you have some kind of top, this is the bear, you know, the bear market down here. The bear market, this is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a slow bear. This over here is the bear market, right? It goes very fast down, and once the bear market is over, this is move up. Now the problem is just waiting to, you know, over here. So, you know, this part can take a little bit while, you know, this part over here, you know. So, you know, do you want to wait for this part over here or not? Also, considering that stuff might happen next year, financial creation, stuff like that, maybe, I don't know, maybe next year when Bitcoin goes down, like, there is a good chance everything else goes down as well. But it cannot happen, because if Bitcoin goes to the bear market, then people suffering in stock market are not buying Bitcoin. I don't know, is Bitcoin correlated with stock market? Maybe. Anyways, the bear market doesn't last too long, and then it's up there from it. But, you know, timing the tops and buying the bottoms, it's really hard, because there is so much fear down here and there is so much euphoria up here. You think it's gonna go up, and you think it's gonna, so you think you're gonna sell over here and buy over here, but when in fact it's more like this. And then you don't sell over here and it goes down, and you think it's gonna go down, then you sell here and then it goes up here, and then you buy over here, and then you're messed up. So unless you know what you're doing, don't think about buying and selling. If you want to sell, you sell to buy whatever you want to buy. If you want to, you know, if you want to keep doing like Michael said, you just buy more. But like he said, famously said, I'm going to keep buying all the tops. How's ADA price doing? ADA is actually doing very nicely. If you look at Cardano over here, let's go daily time frame up here. I don't know if these lines are actually good, so I'm just gonna remove the lines up here, but it's doing very well, especially this last part up here, this last dump. It's pretty much broken up here towards the upside. There was the blue box down here at the bottom. You know the blue boxes. There was blue box. Right now it's climbing up here. We're gonna see right now what kind of consolidation we're gonna get over here. But there is this line, and there is this line, and there is, it goes something like this, I think. Over here, it kind of looks like it might be broken. It kind of looks like it might not. Depends on how. I don't think this is the top over here. I think the top goes over here. I think this is some kind of overshoot. I don't think we're gonna push it all the way there. Maybe over here, but then you're not picking up this up here. So the nicest line up here, you know, we can draw is something over here. It looks like it's actually technically, you know, kind of breaking. But this on daily time frame, so it might pull back down here just below the line. So if you look at this over here, it looks like it's right now breaking, but you know, it's not done yet. On the weekly time frame, it looks like it's not done just yet. And on the weekly time frame, this actually goes over here like this. So maybe it's broken. Regardless, it looks good, because this over here is double bottom. Right now it's just doing this next move. We are looking for the next move above 0.8 or something like that before this double bottom is confirmed. Then it goes all up here to the resistance levels, and then, you know, does something like that, and then it goes to the moon. That's the plan for Cardano, at least. That's the plan for Cardano, because this pullback down here after, you know, look how fast this happened, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, 1 month, you know. 1 month, and it went up 4x. This is 4x 1 month, right? 4x. And over here, 4x from this part over here. 4x is 2.2, right? So if only it does, you know, the same kind of move, it's gonna be $2. But I think the next move is gonna be a lot larger than that. A lot larger, maybe even larger than the previous high. So, you know, we are just down here. There is no way there cannot be an alt season, guys. There is no way there cannot be alt season. And the reason for that is because all of these good coins, and, you know, I still consider Cardano a good coin. You know, they got a big guy developing. He's not going anywhere. Cardano is gonna stick around. They're building. Okay, that may be slow. Maybe they didn't hit the nail on the spot, but they're not dead just yet. I mean, and Charles Heskinson, you know, he's big in this space. And he really cares about Cardano. So, you know, they're doing what they're doing for whatever you know, reason, and we're gonna see how this plays out. Also, Cardano community is really big and really passionate, just like XRP community. So there is no way in my mind. I think, you know, this was the bull market. It's pretty much over, and you know, it's gonna do this right now. Adaji. Anyways, guys, that was a quick update on what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Thank you for stopping by. By the way, again, this is the last Bitcoin daily ever. I'm not doing any Bitcoin dailies because I don't want to start Bitcoin daily and have only 4 people here. you know, again, my problem, you know, it's because of me. I wasn't consistent. I don't want to do this anymore. So, you know, there is that. I need to put a nail in the coffin and say, you know, Bitcoin Daily is done. It's dead. It's not happening anymore. Game over. If I have a lot, you know, stream early in the morning, it's gonna be about something else. But it's definitely not gonna be about you know, Bitcoin Daily. So we're gonna have something else. So this is the very last stream, and the reason there was a guy on YouTube. What's his name? His name is Pete MC or something like that. Nah, what is his name? Pete MC or something like that. I don't know what's his name. Let's see. He does these. What am I gonna say? He does these Minecraft videos. Play a little Minecraft. Pete MC, something like that. What's his name? How can I forget the name? I just saw it yesterday. And the reason I'm talking about him is because he did post something very interesting yesterday. Let me see over here just quickly. What is his name? There we go. Python MC heter. Oh, Python MC. Python MC. This guy over here. Yeah, hello. And here he posted this, I think, 2 days ago. No, this wasn't it. Hello. No. Can you please stop playing? Thank you. And how do I see his latest playlist posts? Yeah, so he said sorry for no content. I'm sorry. I feel like me apologizing, blah blah. For say you should know there are a couple I've been looking for. Here we go. If I'm being bluntly honest, I really don't think YouTube is it for me anymore. My passion is at all-time low, and on average, it just seems to continue getting lower and lower in the tandem with my ever-decreasing numbers. I know it's my own fault for not adapting to my content or conforming to what's become the norm these days. I understand and accept it, but I'm honestly getting tired of doing the same things over and over. The same Minecraft Let's Plays and same Terra Let's Plays over and over. I know they're what I am known for, but yeah, Let's Play just seems dead on YouTube and across blah blah blah. Which story was a nice break, blah blah whatever. Right. So when people do something for a very, very long time, they kind of get bored, guys. I don't know, you know how this works, but you know, I've been doing YouTube for a very long time, and it's boring. And you see this for the last couple of years, like if there is, you know, some kind of excitement, Bitcoin stuff like that, like I'm there, and some kind of fear, I'm there, but you know, most of the time, like I'm just not there. I kind of lost passion. I understand that, you know, we gotta move on. Bitcoin Daily is dead, so you know, there's that. But I do love guys, and you know, I like being on the channel. I like talking about Bitcoin. I'm not going anywhere. Just making these Bitcoin dailies and stuff like that. You know, the thing is, I'm not gonna try anymore. You know, all the way up to this point, I tried, you know, making Bitcoin dailies, and you know, sometimes, you know, doing this video and that video. I'll stop trying. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that it's not Bitcoin. I'm gonna stop trying making something out of YouTube. If I do something on YouTube over here on this channel, it's gonna be just random. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna try, okay, I'm gonna try trading, I'm gonna try making these videos, altcoin videos. Like, if I do that, it's gonna be because, you know, I wanna do that, but I'm not gonna try anymore. I'm done trying. Guys, have a nice day. It's summer, it's nice weather in Norway. Actually, it rained a little bit yesterday, so it's a little bit, you know, there's a little bit skies on the sky, but you know, it's nice. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.